saying?
I've been knowing you for a whole 27 hours now.
That's right. Straight from the swab house.
Thank you for not thinking I was a stalker or something. I guess I kind of am a stalker, but like it's more for business, so it's right. I'm an opportunistic stalker, which is not bad. I think it's pretty good. So I found you, Josie the Beautician. I actually got her Instagram on my phone right now. So you out there. I found you through Amelia and Adina, the twins.
I know, I love them.
They're amazing.
They are.
And so what I like about other networkers like myself is we always turn people onto each other. Mm-hmm. People are assets and stuff like that. And so then I noticed you, and I'm like, what does she do? And I guess you're at was it like a model competition? Import Nights?
No, beauty pageant.
Beauty pageant. Yeah. Okay, so tell me about the beauty pageant lifestyle. You were a beauty pageanter?
Yeah, it was my first and last. It was like my last opportunity to do it because there's a cutoff age.
So you always have to talk into the mic. Yeah, sorry about that.
So it was a one and done. Because there's a cutoff age, but otherwise I loved it. It's a good experience and definitely a career move for like a lot of girls.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I mean, I've gotten a lot more exposure, and that was pretty much a career move for me because I own a beauty salon. So of course I felt like it was gonna go hand in hand, and
that's smart, right? Well, to own this beauty salon. So is that why you did it? Because you own the beauty salon? You're like, I'm going to enter a bunch of beauty pageants this year and see how it fares out?
No, I was recruited, and I just felt like I should take my chance because it's the last year that I would be able to do something like that. And also, it would open a lot of doors for me for the business because it was also my first year in business.
Is it your first year?
It was my first, yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you doing before that, if you don't mind me asking?
So I came from a multi-level marketing background.
That sounds so
I was
standard.
In a pyramid thing.
It was a pyramid scheme?
It was direct sales. So I was doing life insurance.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. You seem like you could be doing very well in sales, by the way. Hi, this is Josie.
Yeah, so I was doing that for like 2 years, and before that I worked at a medical spa. So basically my dream was always to open a beauty salon, except with opening business you need money.
You need revenue.
You need money. You need a network, which I didn't have. So I really just put myself out there to get those things. So with the whole wanting to open a salon, but working under one was really hard.
Did you work under one?
I worked under a really well-known day spa that's also like a medical spa.
They're franchised?
They have multiple locations. It's privately owned, but it was really hard because as an employee, it was really hard to save money to try to start. Number one, I don't have any mentors. And of course, like anybody who is in the field are not going to help you because they don't want to create their own competition.
I saw your blog on that, and just by the way, you're taking notes on the IG thing. I saw your blog on that, and it's just like it was kind of relevant toward me because we're a facility that mainly trains engineers instead of just hiring them. I find a lot of times I'm training my own competition here. They don't always stick around. I don't always work out, and they go. So that was tough. So I noticed that's something you also deal with.
Mm-hmm. But then now I realize that, I'm very open with giving like advices or tips or anything now, because the thing is, I realize it's not about the knowledge. It's really about the execution. And most people don't have that. Like you can learn all the stuff you want, but if they don't actually follow through with an action, it doesn't matter.
Is it that self-help book theology thing where you keep reading self-help books and you just never do nothing with it?
Right.
I just noticed some people like that. Like they're constantly telling me about self-help books for like 10 years straight, and like they just never did anything with it. But yeah, taking the leap to actually start a business, very frightening, very scary, right?
But coming from like a direct sales background, it was like, I think everyone that wants to be an entrepreneur should do like a recruiting type of direct sales company, because that's like entrepreneurship in boot camp.
Yeah, so explain.
If you can survive that, then you can open a business.
And what did you learn from doing that in direct sales?
I learned about team building, leadership, public speaking, organizing, and basically how to go find like prospecting and stuff. So it's like instead of waiting. So most businesses, they put out ads and marketing and stuff.
Right.
But what MLM teaches you is how to go out there and look for your clients.
Right.
So we're talking to strangers, I'm door knocking, I'm going to all these things. Like it's really down to the nitty gritty things that people don't really want to do.
Yeah, the door to door.
But you got to do it.
Door to door sales.
You just force yourself, you got to do it.
That's the best way to get over your fear of speaking to people is going door to door. And that's dangerous, going to people's houses sometimes, right? And knocking on their door. Because they don't want to be bothered. But I remember when I was selling vacuum cleaners, I did that. I was selling Kirby vacuums. We're going to go door to door, and you learn mouthpiece. You kind of like learn, okay, this didn't work against that neighbor, but then I'm going to try a new pitch, and maybe it'll work against this neighbor.
Yeah.
So I see that. So you've been in business 1 year. No mentors, but you do look at other people, other influencers on Instagram, right?
For sure, yeah.
They're like mentors.
Yeah, so they are like a role model that you can base off something, right? So there's like two different types of role models. One that actually, or mentors. One actually is like a role model where you kind of look up to them. And another is actually have somebody work with you.
Right.
Right.
Well, the work with you can be a little unrealistic, right? Because no one really just wants to take that time and go with you unless they have some type of incentive involved in it, or they know you personally through family for a while.
Right.
It's tough to find a mentor. I actually didn't have a mentor. No, that's untrue. I had a lot of positive people in my circle, but I'll be honest. Like I definitely did want to start a business that was untraditional. So I didn't think I could find a mentor. You know what I mean? I didn't really have anyone to tell me, well, this is how you open up a studio and have a podcast room in there too. I'm like, really? So I feel that, but definitely having a mentor, and I'm sure you're getting this off of other successful businesses you've seen that actually had that same structure, right? They had the mentor, they had the funding. How did you go about the funding?
So that's why I joined the direct sales thing. But, you know, I was working under a spa before that, right? So then I thought, okay, well, how do I save enough money or make enough money to even do this? But then my friend recruited me because I saw how much money she was making. And then I was like, maybe I can not follow the traditional route by opening a small thing. What if I went to do this, make my money, stack, and then come back to the beauty industry?
Right.
So that's pretty much what I did. I left the beauty industry to go into insurance and whatever because it pays well. And I just saved and basically started after it was time for me to like get out.
Why does it pay well? Insurance is just more frequent. There's more people wanting it. That company was more established.
It was a few elements to it. Number one, I had a really good mentor, right? She was really by my side, and I saw her grow from like 0 to like 100 in like 6 months. Like all of a sudden, she's like buying new car, new outfit, new like demeanor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on, what is she doing?
Yeah,
right?
right.
So then she kind of kept tabs on me because she like was trying to recruit me for a long time.
Why?
Because she saw that I always wanted to open a day spa. I've talked about it all the time. I was planning and I'm very like organized. So she's like, I want this girl on my team. But it took a long time. She was still like, when she first approached me, she was wearing like a t-shirt and basketball shorts.
Perfect.
And I was like, I don't see you like really flourishing. I don't think I'm going to follow you because that's the thing with leadership, right? And then 6 months later, she comes in with a brand new BMW with her Prada bag, a new suit. And I'm like, who is this girl? Where did the t-shirt and basketball shorts go?
Right.
And then then she basically recruited me because then I believed, right? Then I was like, all right, she's obviously making money now.
Right.
And then I just thought, okay, well, I just want to make some money and then open my own little like spa.
So the proof in the pudding. So that was trippy because I've read a little meme from Mark Cuban before saying that if I had to start all over again and go after this basketball team I bought, I would go into sales because sales is the most profitable way. Either bartending or sales is what he had suggested. And so I just find it interesting that you did that same. Well, is insurance sales? Was that?
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
Okay. So you could definitely mark up stuff, get more out of it. You would take a percentage of the sale home.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's because you're working with like big companies, everything's kind of set, but all I have to do is the distribution, right? So I'm just selling this product.
Right.
Regardless of what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they're basically financial products. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're working closely with the banks and all that? Or?
No, these are like retirement funds and insurance companies.
So you're dealing with like older
like
heads.
Prudential, Fidelity, like
Yeah.
these, yeah.
Yeah, you look like the insurance adjuster. I know, the Asian cute lady. I'm like, oh shit, she's about to run my numbers, man. And they're always very socially distant. Like, I'm doing this, I'm not really into it, and I'm just gonna handle your shit. So how long did it take you to save being at that job? Or did you bubble up right away? Like,
no, so I did it for like 2 years.
wow.
Yeah, so I was like going really hard. I was like 100% in it.
And how long was that girl doing it before she bubbled up?
Like 8 months. But her mom and my mom were, they did it together like almost 20 years ago.
Oh.
So her mom continued and is like this big shot in the company.
So she probably passed on some stuff and all that.
Well, her mom didn't want her to do it because it's really, really tough. Like, it was the most stressful point or part of my life.
It is a stressful job. Why?
Well, you're going against all odds, right? Every time you pitch somebody, it's like, are you trying to sell me something? Or like, oh, I don't want to meet up. It was just really hard dealing with people. I mean, yes, the business concept is simple, but
Right.
people are not.
Right. People are complicated.
Yes, people are very emotional too,
Yeah.
right? So it was like, yeah, it was hard building a team. Like, imagine trying to motivate people constantly and like trying to prove something because there's such a bad stigma with these like recruiting type of businesses, right?
Well, so was it a pyramid scheme?
Well, pyramid schemes are illegal, right? But yes.
But a lot of companies have that structure.
Right. But, you know, like the whole thing about like, oh, making money after you recruit people and blah, blah, blah was not really attractive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Turns a lot of people off.
Exactly. So you're going against that stigma and stuff all the time. So that was really tough.
I've done that a lot and I've never made it past that other level. I'm just at the bottom feeder level, you know? Like, how can I find 10 people to recruit? But some of those people actually did make money. And they're still in it, you think?
Yeah. My team is still like there. They're still going to the meetings and still like working.
Wow, okay. So you dipped out. You actually kept true to your word. You're like, no, I'm going to stay in here a couple years, get mine, then get out. How much did you have to save to start? Or how much did you want to save?
So, I mean, I didn't even know until I got into like looking at how much things cost.
And there are lots. And that's why it's hard for people to do it.
It is. And then I also, swiped the heck out of my credit card. So, which was dumb because I should have gotten a small business loan. But no, I just swiped my credit card.
Yeah.
But I think I saved about like 50.
I don't think it was dumb at all. By the way, your credit was instantaneous credit liquidated cash flow. And I know a lot of successful business owners that those are the most emotional stories to me is they're saying like, yeah, we maxed out all our credit cards to start that business. That always kind of gets to me.
So a lot of it was like, it didn't happen like directly. So my story, basically what happened was I was in this company, I was making money and I was just like, okay, I'm going to be a millionaire, right? Because then all these things they always want to
that's a goal, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to be a billionaire, and then I can just like
a billionaire.
and then just like open a salon. But that's not really like realistic. So what happened was 2 years in, and then my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and he was the backbone of my family. He was the financial support for me and my mother. Especially if you're doing like a direct sales job, like you need some kind of income or whatever, right? Before. But then he was like my supporter. And then that was like a huge wake up call for me because I was like, damn, like he's sick. He's not going to work. Like I'm the only person who's going to be able to bring in income. So then that's another fiery like motivation. That's why I also went really hard on like the direct sales. And then after he passed away, I kind of just gave it all up. I broke up with the guy that I was in a relationship with. I, went into depression. I was at home in bed for like 3 months, just like spending all the money that I like saved. And my mom was like,
spending on what? Like
just like random shit.
'Cause you're grieving.
Like, yeah,
right?
I was just like, spending all that money that I did save. And then my mom one day was like crying because she's going through like financial problems and stuff now. And then I remember like out of the two of us, I'm the only person that's going to be able to get us out of this mess.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was so bad. Like, I had to do really like weird stuff to not get evicted, like sell my furniture, pick up like random gigs,
That's
was
not
like
so
a
weird.
shot, you know, girl at the
That's
club.
not so weird, but
it's not weird, but like, you know, we looked into like websites and stuff that you could like sell pictures of your feet or whatever.
Hey, that's nothing wrong with that.
No, but it was like I've done it all.
Yeah.
Just to like scrape up any cash. And then, I mean, it was just so bad that my friends were like dropping off groceries at my house because they knew I couldn't afford to like really eat. I dropped like 30 pounds
Oh, wow.
from like just going to bed hungry. And then what happened was I was on Instagram and I started noticing like girls were doing eyelashes and they were paying good money for it. Like one full set is like $200-$300. Some places charge $400. And because I'm an esthetician,
Just to put them on, right?
Just to put them on.
How
and
much
they
are the
don't-
eyelashes? Like $5?
Like, yeah, the individual ones, you can get them for like cheap. And then, yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then that's what I did. So at that time, I only had like $1,000 in my bank. So 800 of that 1,000 went to actual workshop to learn how to do extensions. And then the other 200, I just bought like really cheapy material.
Wait a minute. So you know how to do eyelashes already, and then the extensions were for the hair. So
No, eyelash extensions.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So still in that field.
Yeah.
Okay, got
So
you.
that was like the only thing I did. So I was lashing in my mom's living room and slowly built that clientele. People started coming to my house.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, so I really just started from like the ground up. Right?
So you started the house, and then how did you go about that? Did you invite it to every kind of client you could ever come across that was willing to pay you, or you were selective about it?
No, I did. I never said no to anything because I was like, I need money, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to just take any appointment, 6 a.m., 11 p.m. at night, whatever.
And
I'll
you'd work
do
with
it.
their pricing?
Yeah, well, in the beginning I did like, in the beginning it was like
You shouldn't.
practice.
You shouldn't work with
right?
their, but in the beginning you should.
Yeah, in the beginning, you know, it was like they only came. So you set your price as you get better and better.
For
so in the
sure.
beginning, it was free. Like I was just lashing my friends because
Perfect way to do it. Yeah.
we were just like, you know, gluing hair on their eyes.
And it was bad?
It was bad. I glued my girlfriend's eyes shut, and I put the wrong lashes on, and she was about to go on a date with like these long ass.
Oh, before the date?
I know,
Oh, she was
'cause-
pretty desperate there.
No, it was just like, you know, you would think like, oh, I'm gonna just look cute for this, and then I just
Yeah.
like, and then she's just like this. Like with her eyes like really closed because the lashes were like too heavy. I was like, shoot.
And then they got married. No, no. But yeah, so so you did some pretty bad boss jobs before.
Yeah, so then it was that, and then of course over time you get better and better. So my pricing started climbing as well, and then it got to the point where random people were coming to my house, and I was like, okay, this is the time for me to find a space because I can't be having some random ass person coming to my mama's house, like. And then so went on Craigslist and found a little storefront, and I was like, I can afford this if I just put in a little bit more.
How much
work.
was it, if you don't mind me asking?
So it was like $3,000 a month.
That's
for,
a lot.
I know, but then like I was working really hard, like, and for lashes every hour, like any client that comes in for their fill, because it's a repeated type of clientele, like they like
come
how you
back.
get your nails done, right?
come
They
back,
grow
yeah.
out, you yeah.
Yeah.
So that, and then they wanted, you know, first and last month for deposit.
So that's 6,000 already.
Right, and
Before
then
you
I had
even
to,
bat an eyelash.
Yeah,
6,000.
That's
in the-
already
okay.
6,000.
Do you have
And
any
then-
money saved up?
I mean, at that time it was like hard, so I was like, okay, I just need to like work a little harder. But for the $6,000, I didn't have that. So I asked my friend, I had to like ask around my friends and tell them like, this is what I want to do. Like, can I borrow some money? And then they, you know, a few people.
Well,
like,
let's
they
stop
lended
there.
me.
Let's stop there. So you only ask who, like all the close friends or anyone that's considered a friend?
No, just my close friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some maybe half met with resentment, or they were all supportive and no money, or all supportive and money. And how did it go for you?
It was partially like some people who had it, you know, they trust me because they know my work ethic. They know that my reputation and stuff.
So they wanted it back. They wanted to plan on when to get it back and all that.
Yeah, so we like talked about that, and then I just borrowed like a few $1,000s from like 2-3 other people.
Okay.
And then that was like my down payment, and then over time I just kept paying them back like slowly as I was making money with
as they were being proud of you watching it grow.
Yeah, seriously, because when I first landed that little studio, it was an empty room, so I basically swiped my credit card to buy everything off Amazon.
Yeah.
To like
shout out Amazon. The 2-day Prime. You're a 2-day Prime member.
Yeah. So yeah, and I would just joke with my clients like, yeah, this whole studio is bought on Amazon. You can just buy this whole thing.
I love stories like that. I love stories like that. San Francisco location?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why it's pricey.
Yeah, so it's actually by Union Square.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's why I was
But
like,
the walk-up traffic is amazing.
Yeah,
right?
It was, so we got all the financial district clientele.
So you got those.
That was like mostly because it's like close enough.
Were you trying to get that?
Yeah, I just feel like women in their 30s are more stable financially, and mostly career women, they don't have to. Because when I worked at the spa, you would hear when you're selling products and stuff, a lot of times women would be like, oh, let me ask my husband. I don't know if I should be spending this. And then, so versus like a career woman kind of make her own decisions and stuff. And then that's what I learned. So I wanted to target that demographic.
You built it the perfect way. I mean, you built it exactly how I built up the studio. You record people at your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you record. I mean, I went to wish.com instead of Amazon because that was hot in my day, all right? But like, the same thing. You had an idea. Like, you don't have a market. You're not on Instagram. It's very tough to start a business. And so you started at the house. Yep. And you got to have a supportive mom.
And that's the worst thing. I think a lot of people wait to start because they want everything to be perfect first and then start. But no, you just do it.
That's horrible.
My tweezers were so cheap.
That's
like,
horrible. Yeah.
I didn't even have the bed. I was doing it on the couch.
You did it the right way. You know you did it the right way. There's a lot of people out there that go get the loan first. That's the first thing they get is the business loan. They have an idea. My mom, I want to sell stuff, and then like, okay, Timmy, go get a loan. And I've seen them. They get the loan, and then they're just in debt. Now sometimes it works out because they did it the right way. They had all the nice shit, and they just did it the right way. But like the way you did it. That's for people who have no fucking money. And I had like no money when I started my studio. So that was humbling to hear. And then so you had to build it up over time. Obviously the look, the aesthetic. How was the aesthetic when you first opened up?
I'll say some pictures, but basically it was just an empty room, and I remember having to like rip the wallpaper off myself.
Wow. Was it a dingy yellow wallpaper?
It was like, so the person before me was also a hair studio. So, but then his wallpaper was just like these fake books.
Like, oh, not like this then.
No, it was just like books all over.
The fake book wallpaper.
Yeah. So I was like, what is going on
That's
in
cheesy.
here? And then
for hair?
Yeah, and then there was like a screen that was like leaves for like, yeah, it looked like a fake like Instagram like background.
Oh, okay, so he's doing Instagram backgrounds there.
That maybe, I don't know.
Right.
But basically I was like, Jesus, this is hideous. So I had to like rip everything off and then slowly rebuy the wallpaper to put everything back up. And so piece by piece.
Piece by piece, month by month. Right? Okay. So I always try to take maybe 10 to 25% of my profit every month and throw it back into my business. What about you? What percentage?
Right,
you just all of it.
I'm all in, yeah. Like
all in every month.
I just need to survive and live like
You've lost 30 pounds before you can survive a couple noodles.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna throw everything in this shit. I'm gonna buy that hella nice piece from Amazon, not the semi nice piece, the hella nice piece. But it makes a difference though.
It does. It really does.
Your clients walking from the financial district, you cannot go cheap. Right?
Right. So then the more you put in like the quality, the better quality people start to find you.
Yeah.
You're just attracting like attracts like.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I had a really ratchet studio before, and I still have ratchet rappers. I don't care. But I think that's beautiful the way you built your business. I've seen your shop. Looks great. And I definitely had showed some interest in a salon before because I looked at the numbers, and they're crazy. They're crazy, right? I'm not sure you missed your insurance job, but just what I've seen, what they charge for eyelashes, nails, and I'm not even getting into hair. You don't sell hair, right? You don't sell weaves over there. Okay. That's another profitable.
Oh, for sure. That's why, we were so angry when personal care was not like in this. I'm like, the
Essential?
city has no idea how much money we bring in.
Yeah.
Like, people have no idea.
Yeah.
And it's, it should be put out there, but it's, so then that's why, like, when people are talking about, like, jobs and stuff, I'm like, beauty industry makes money. I don't know.
Well, for sure.
Yeah, look at how much money we spent on face cream or whatever, right?
Well, women spend a lot. I was talking about that with the structure because I was talking to one of my exes about what she got. Because I was telling her, you should go apply for EDD. They're just handing out money right now. She didn't want to do it. And then when she did do it, I was super surprised to hear the amount she got and to the amount that I had gotten. And I'm like, you got a kid? You got, like, what the hell is wrong with this system? But no, it just seems like women are kind of underpaid in comparison to men. And I think I felt like I seen that in the taxes. I don't think you really see that in your industry, though. Like, you're a salon, you're an independent business owner. But I think the main thing you probably feel is maybe competition from other salons. Do you feel that, or are your clients just pretty?
No, like in the beginning of, as a young entrepreneur in the beginning, I was like thinking that my way of thinking was like, I don't want to share information or anything because I'm scared that I would, give it away to other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you attract your people.
And they stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's scary for the client because they don't know the experience until they get the experience, right? So they don't really know. I mean, I'm sure they could look at your Instagram. Well, I guess you do have a professional Instagram page. I haven't checked that out yet. Do you show the work on there?
Not so much, but Yelp was huge.
Yelp was huge.
Yelp is, I don't know if they still are right now, but at that time Yelp was like the main place that,
you got a lot of your business from. I gotta tell you, it's all on Instagram. Have you thought about like going all in on Instagram marketing and all
I mean, when I was at my mama's house, I was on Instagram, and then I just showed like the lashes that I was my work and stuff, which is great because Instagram is a huge platform for people in the beauty industry just because it's very visual and our work is visual. Yeah. So Instagram would be the best way to market yourself in this industry.
Yeah, I think you don't have like someone you might think about considering just hire just for the Instagram.
Oh, I do. Now I have like a whole team, right?
Right, right. So I've seen that you do vlogs in there, right? Are you still doing vlogs?
Yeah, so I mean, when the whole pandemic happened, I needed to shift because obviously I can't touch or see people, right? So so then I thought about, okay, so I still need to continue having an online community or presence. Right. And that's why I started a YouTube channel that will educate and kind of tie in everybody.
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah, because I want to keep building that community and still be I need my clients to see me or remember me or like think of me. So then I needed to hop online. It's
the culture. I think like any entrepreneur that dives into the culture becomes very successful. And like a lot of content creators have problems because they don't have a brick and mortar as support. And I think a lot more brick and owners need to take more into content because you got a bunch of people making content that don't even have that. They don't have a base to shoot from or something to go to. I mean, if you're a business owner, your life is very interesting. You should be documenting things every day, and just for yourself to look back when you write your book or your biography, you can, look back on all your vlogs and stuff. How many vlogs you putting out?
Well, right now I only have 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once a week or?
It's been tough. I mean, ever since the whole thing happened, I needed help with rent. So basically I took in a friend who is helping me out there, but then that took over my YouTube room. So now I'm like thinking, okay, how do I rebuild this? I better find another corner to to build out this little stage.
You're out of corner space.
Yeah, but then so then now that's why I started like a blog because now I can just write this stuff down instead of trying to film it. And then, I can get back to it. Like, after I have more room or something, figure out where I can record.
You ever think about doing tutorials online with your customers live and giving them a discount while you're doing it?
Oh, I mean, no, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Just, you know.
Yeah, so on the YouTube, it explains how services work in a salon setting versus like doing it at home.
Right.
Because a lot of people are doing it yourself.
Yeah.
But, and then also explaining the science behind it. So it's very educational because a lot of, especially like with the medical field innovating so much, things are more accessible to estheticians like myself. So
as in what example?
So like, let's say lip fillers, right? So now so we took the technology from the medical field for diabetics. So in diabetics, if you have diabetes, you have to take insulin. But to basically take insulin 2-3 times a day through a shot is not really realistic. So they came out with a device.
Well, why is it not realistic? I'm sorry.
Because you're not going to inject yourself with a shot of
Why?
Because you're not a doctor and you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I see people that have, glucose problems.
Right.
And
Yeah. So then they invented a pen that will shoot the insulin through the pen through the skin right into your body without a needle.
Right.
So it's a needle-free injection.
That's amazing.
So the beauty industry took the technology from the medical field and then basically turned it into a lip filler. So now you're filling this pen with like collagen or like hyaluronic acid, and then we're filling lips now.
And you have to do that though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not something you could sell as a take-home product.
Well, I'm working on it.
A collagen lip filler that fills in from the lip skin?
Yeah, so like no needles, because when you go to a doctor's office, they do lip injections with like a really deep needle and they really get invasive in there. And that is really scary for a lot of people.
That could hit a nerve or it could,
And it's painful. It's so painful.
Oh my gosh.
But hey, thanks to Kylie Jenner, we got all these like lippies and lip stuff.
Did she do that? Was she the Donald Trump on the makeup business accessory world? Or?
I mean, she definitely put it out there where it's like a lot of focus on the lips. So then everybody wanted these big lips, right? But then it's also expensive, but it's also painful. So now we have like a needle-free lip injection. And, going back on like YouTube and stuff, because this is a new technology.
Sounds crazy.
Right. It's totally like a new technology that a lot of people are like, how does it work? How do you shoot this thing? Do you have
the poster in front of your store window, like talking about that?
It's like a little plaque. I just want to keep it classy.
You should make it like girl, we got the newest technology on lip filler.
Yeah. So Yeah. So it just hit the States in 2018. So it wasn't even. It's so new. You can't even find too much like information on it. Wow. So then, I did a demo on YouTube on how it works, the science behind it, what's in it, and it helps a lot to educate people so that they know and put awareness out there that these things are available.
Yeah. I'm curious, can you sell Kylie Jenner products in your shop? Because that would go crazy, wouldn't it?
I don't know you would have to. You could sell retail if she was doing a wholesale thing. Then
she's probably not. Yeah, she's going direct to consumer.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't need to.
Yeah, Yeah. So that's cool. So what products are you selling in your shop?
So I have a line of like CBD actually.
Okay.
Yeah, like bath bombs. So my thing is I'm really for women. I love everything that's for women.
Right.
And so our products also basically will help women make their lives easier, right? So like let's say PMS, that's something a lot of women go through, back sores and like just stress, like tiredness.
CBD helps with PMS?
Yes. It helps with like calming the nerves, right? Because it's funny coming from a man. It's like PMS.
I wasn't hopeful about it. Like, wait a minute. No, that's awesome though. I've seen CBD heal in so many forms, but like to heal with PMS. Because not all women deal with that in the same way. Not even all women get PMS.
Right. So it's just like calming like the nervous system, right? Anxiety, and also like there's bath bombs. So all like facial skin products and just any beauty products that would be convenient for a woman to use.
Yeah. Do you use Asian skincare products?
Personally, yeah, I do.
Because I've actually used them recently. Mm-hmm. And they're really good. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking at, no disrespect, but some of the American products I don't feel are as good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I just felt like I asked a lot of my friends' wives and stuff because I actually was thinking about selling a Korean facial product before
Right.
as an American device product. We were talking to the company in Korea and everything. We were trying to get a VAT sent over and everything. What I just noticed is that like our Asian products are really good.
Well, it's
You
funny
know?
that you mentioned that because Korea is #1 in cosmetics
Right?
in the world.
I just tried like
in the world.
I've just tried 4 or 5 products, and I'm like, bro, and all my white friends are like, I didn't break out. This shit was, I'm already clear, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And I notice we're using different shit in the ingredients. We're not using as much bleach. And as much like they got some weird shit in American products, and I noticed Middle Eastern has a really good type of facial scrub. Like they use stuff from the Dead Sea. I think you heard about that, maybe.
Yeah.
There's just some crazy innovations going on with just facial skin and all that. Men are getting more facials too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it should be because honestly, like, no, but like if you look good, you feel good.
Men with better skin look better. I'm gonna be hella real. There's some men out there, you're literally only, I'm not gonna say ugly, but you're not as appealing literally just because of your skin. And I think some of these men out there that would have just really good skin, you get a whole different vibe. But American men don't take that as serious predominantly as Asian men do, or because in Asia, like, skin is important to all men and women.
Right, and it should be because honestly, the skin is the biggest organ in our body. So I don't understand.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
I don't understand why we're not putting focus on it.
I think all barbershops, and this is a lesson to barbershops, you should have a facial chair, just for men, like, get faced up, just like,
Yeah.
the women. Do you offer men's services? Do you, when the man walks in with his wife, you like, we got men facials too? You ever do that? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really rare because I think men are still fighting that stigma of like, this is a beauty salon, I don't belong in there,
Yeah.
So I think it's but we welcome.
I see that changing. I see more. There's a shop in LA dedicated toward manicures.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot more men wanting cleaner nails,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I guess you haven't seen that movement yet. Or...
Not yet up here, but it's definitely necessary. Like, I seen some guys with some dirty ass fingers.
Yeah, you hate dirty nails, huh? I'm a dirty nail kind of guy. Just a dirty nail kind of guy. I'm putting my hands in everything, but I know it's like, sir, when we looking, like, don't touch me. And that literally only fades off you touching them because you had dirty nails. You know what I mean? So like, what do you guys offer that nail service for men, and how much is it?
So we don't do nails.
You don't do nails for men?
Nails.
For women though?
No, we only do like skincare and semi-permanent services.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's whole other chemicals that go with nails,
Right.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You just focus on what? The eyelashes?
So we just focus on face. Yeah.
Just face.
And like hair removal.
Okay. Have you gotten some like really rude customers before? How do you handle a rude ass customer?
This is a really good question because
It's gotta be awkward.
no, because the thing is, it's all like strategy and tact.
But it's all I want to say opinionated opinion, right? It's an art. So it's like if they hate it, it's kind of opinion, right? Or maybe not.
Well, most people, if they don't like it, it's because they're not used to it, or like they don't, they have a different expectation. So especially like in makeup, when we look at these celebrities and stuff, we're like, wow, can you make me look like J-Lo? Can you give me, give
That's
me
a
that
common
J-Lo
question.
glow? Yeah,
Common
right.
question.
But then it was like, when they picture themselves looking like J-Lo, it doesn't necessarily turn out that way when they look,
the thing,
or when they like, when you're done and then they're like looking in the mirror, they're like, this is not how I pictured myself to look, right? So then it's like, that's where it gets a little complicated. So communication is huge prior to the service, right?
So meaning you gotta tell you want to look like J-Lo way before, or you like what?
No, like this is what to expect. And then even like, especially with like waxing eyebrows, like you really have to map it out for them. Like if I take off hair here, you will look angry. Like you gotta.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You don't want to look angry.
You don't want the downturn right here, right? Okay, right. Because a downturn off that highway exit looks really angry.
Right.
When they're just pointing down at the end.
And some people don't really have that much hair, or they've over tweezed their hair from like the 90s and the whole Pamela Anderson, era.
So they don't even have any more hair?
Yeah, so then now it's like, okay, well, how do we even like fix this so that you don't, because now big brows are in. thick brows, right?
Shut
so
up,
it's like,
really?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I see that. Big
Yeah.
brows are in right now. Not the
Yeah.
unibrow, but the big brow.
Yeah, just like really like full.
Yeah.
But you know, back in the 90s, it was like really thin.
Yeah, it was really thin. Then they
Right.
tweeze it all
Right.
the time.
And then
they even
now
got
it'll
their
grow back.
boyfriends to get tweezed. I'm like, come here, honey, and get tweezed. I'm like, oh my God, that hurt. Have you ever seen any hot women with a unibrow in there?
I don't know. Do you find unibrows hot?
Kind of.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then yeah, that's an opinion, right?
Well, have you had a unibrow walk in?
Yes, but
Really?
not women. Mostly men.
Mostly men.
That have
And
the
they wanted
unibrows.
it gone. Yeah.
So we clean them up a bit.
Is that a common, like, oh, you want the unibrow pluck? Yeah, that's $20.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unibrow, nose hair, ears.
The nose hair.
The nose. Yes.
They go to y'all for that?
Yes.
I just buy the clipper at home. What are y'all doing that's special? Like, y'all shampoo the nose hair?
No,
before
we
you do
just
it, or-
we put hot wax and twirl it, and then we just pull it, and then all the nose hair comes out.
And it's clear.
And it's clean, and you can breathe.
And you never had a nosebleed.
No.
So the wax just pulls it. That is, I'm trying to picture that. I think I want one.
Yeah, come on by.
I get sinus problems all the time. So, your business open now?
It is.
Okay.
It's just limited now because
Just limited.
business is definitely not what it used to be. right?
Appointment only.
Yeah.
No walk-ups.
No.
Yeah.
And it's where we reduce our hours and days.
Tell us about your business a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so basically we are we're the only place that have semi-permanent solutions so that our clients can have more time doing things that they love, because women take a lot of time getting ready. So let me take that element out for you. You don't have to get ready. You can literally wake up like this with eyelashes, your lips done, with like now, brows, everything.
Permanent.
Yeah, so then all you have to do is just come in once every 2 weeks, touch it up, and then you're good to go.
I don't understand this. They wash their face and the makeup's still there?
So everything's like semi-permanent tattooed now, like eyebrows, right? Even like now there's tattooed concealer. So if you have dark eye circles, we can, make them lighter. Or now you don't have to put on makeup because now you can tattoo like the foundation on and stuff like
It's
that.
real tattoo like ink.
Yeah, but it's different. It's made for
Skin.
It's not as deep as like tattooing. The needles don't go in as deep. So it's
Okay.
more surface level.
So they go away after a while because you produce new skin cells and
right.
stuff like that.
So that's why it's like semi-permanent.
Okay. What products do you suggest we get in the stores? You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of choices out there, and I don't trust none of them.
Yeah. Oh, like when you go shopping and buy.
Yeah, like the facial wash stuff. Like, what do you get this stuff with the little scrubble rocks?
Yeah,
in them?
so it's really
I like the little scrubble
hard.
rocks. You know what I mean?
So we were always taught to stay away from apricot scrubs that you could
Bro,
probably
those are lit.
see.
Yeah,
I
well, they're
know.
cheap and they got the
I
grit and they're
know.
cheap.
I know. That's why
But
everybody
that's why they're
goes towards it.
bad.
Well, it's bad because what people don't know is these apricot scrubs, the way they are is a jagged edged like circle. They're not little circles. They're like jagged edged. So then when you're scrubbing your face, you're making these small like cuts with
Yeah,
these scrubs.
those apricots get deep.
Yeah, and
You can feel it.
any bacteria that gets into it is you'll get pimple, you'll break out.
Oh, that's the problem.
So that's why we were always taught to avoid apricot scrubs.
So what do you suggest?
So it depends on your skin type. If you dry, oily combination.
Hold on, Joe. They don't tell you that when you go to the aisle store.
I
What's your
know.
skin type?
You're right.
Why not? They should.
They should.
Or you should know your own.
If you care, then you should also research too, right?
So skin types will tell you while you're having breakouts.
Oh my God, your diet.
What?
No.
How many angles can you get out of my face? It's looking right at you. All right, so yeah, what is it?
It looks like you're more on the oily side.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was oily as a kid.
But the good thing is you don't age as fast as people with dry skin. So you're blessed with that.
That's true. I have less wrinklage. When I do this, there's always a big splot of like oil on my forearm. I just think that's disgusting. So I'm constantly wiping my face down with those baby wipes. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
You could probably, I think you should probably invest into a skincare, but you also have to be dedicated to actually use it every day.
Oh, man.
And then this also comes down to your diet. So you probably might have to drink more water because what happens is
I'm not drinking enough water. I know.
Yeah.
You can already tell, right?
Well, the reason why you're producing so much oil is because your body is trying to rehydrate itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why. So you're dehydrated, and your skin is just trying to like compensate for it.
Drink
and
something.
And that's why it's getting oily because now it needs to moisture.
Now when I drink more, I pee more. So how can I fix that? Like, no, I'm just kidding. So that's a good thing. People with oily skin should drink more water, right? But even if you don't, you're gonna look young.
Person to person.
Right? Okay. So if I come into your shop, you can work on my face. I can pay like $100 and get this face like cleared up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll set you up.
What would you do? Like,
so we would exfoliate.
I think I'm gonna do. Nup, are you listening to this? Nup. I'm gonna go get a facial. We're gonna do a before and after on my face. I'm serious though.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So we're gonna do a chemical peel.
Do you want a chemical
Hell
peel?
no, they look weird when they do that. I want everything else. I just want like surface skin type stuff. I don't want to go too deep.
Well, I mean, we definitely want like results.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
What's a honey gonna give me? Is a honey gonna do something? We're gonna take some zits away. Like
we can deep clean, exfoliate.
I want a deep clean, like with the teeth and the dentist. Y'all do that too. Y'all get a little vacuum in and suck up shit out the pores.
Yeah, I do actually.
Really?
Yeah, with the little it's called microdermabrasion.
We have to do a video on that because that will get you some money, right? Like, cause that looks interesting. Can you see the dirt coming off the skin like a carpet in a vacuum? Like
not on the face, but when you take out the little bottle, you'll see all that gunk that was in your skin. And
that sells it for people, right?
Yeah, and I mean, look at what is her Dr. Pimple Popper? She got her own show, popping zits.
Yeah, that's a big problem with teenagers. All teenage rappers are just acne. Technology's gotten way better. When I was a kid, everyone had it, and it seems like so many more youth don't have it. And they just like the technology's a lot better. I think back for the medicines we use just really dry you out, and now they're finding better stuff, right?
Yeah.
What about collagen? Is collagen a new thing? I hear it all the time now. They're selling it at Costco to take home, and I'm like, the hell?
I feel like it's been around for a long time, but health and wellness is getting more and more awareness, and people want a better quality life of living now. So people are looking into what is what's gonna help me,
right?
Stuff, so.
Right. All right. Anything you want to tell us about your business before we get out of here? You know what I mean? Hours of operation, services.
Yeah. So now we are just open 4 days out of the week, and we have a phone that you can text us. But you can check out our website at www.laboutique.salon, not .com.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, that's a little
Yeah. So, come check us out.
Okay, they're in San Francisco. The address
is 832 Sutter Street.
Sutter Street.
Yeah.
Damn, you're in the prime location. You love the culture of San Francisco, obviously.
I do.
How do you feel about the Coke sign coming down and all that?
I know, it breaks my heart. Like, the AT&T Park is not anymore. What is it called now? I think somebody else bought it out.
Oh, it's not AT&T Park anymore.
Not.
Wow.
It's like Oracle. I don't know who bought something. Everything's changing.
Everything's changed.
Yeah, now there's like the big Salesforce blimp looking thing.
Salesforce has taken over that city, man. I mean, they're everywhere out there. I was going to sign up with them too. Okay, Josie the Beautician, I found you on Instagram. I appreciate you. I appreciate anyone that has an Instagram handle like you. Is a big part of why you're on the show. People, I don't know, if you're on Instagram and you change your handle to what you are, I think that's just like dope. Is what you should be doing. So props to you on your business and going through the pandemic and all that. I'm gonna stop by there with Nump for a skit. We're gonna clean my face, see what happens. Josie's gonna overcharge me, I know. Yeah, anything else you want to get out there or
yeah, so check out my blog coming.
The blog, I saw the blog. What's the blog about?
It's about personally, my life, right? Growing up and everything in Chinatown. And then just things that have to do with how I found my passion to how services work in a salon setting. And also, some tips on business advice, because like you said, it should be documented. And that's kind of what I'm doing, is kind of explaining the journey as an entrepreneur, learning all the stuff, because life lessons are expensive.
Yes.
I wish I avoided so many things, but
Well, I think it's the only way you could learn.
yeah.
Right.
There are some things that people need to go through in order to build themselves and learn and become that person.
Okay.
But it's expensive.
Every entrepreneur does this though. They're like over the whole. See, this is where I miss out on money. I'm mad at those moments. But like, bro, you cannot make every right decision being an entrepreneur. And I just read something, I want to share it with you. As an entrepreneur, you're only good about for 35 decisions a day, right? So don't get blogged by meaningless decisions, because as an entrepreneur, like if you're a business owner, you're only going to make 35 to 40 decisions a day, and anything after that you really don't care about. And so make sure you're not wasting your decision making on unimportant shit. And that's just what I think entrepreneurs and owners do, is they tend to be like, that's not important. This is important. Let me focus on what's important. That's longevity, man. Props to you for quitting the insurance company and starting your own company. I know it was tough. Thank you for sharing your story on how the numbers and how it starts. I think a lot of people are wondering, can you do it? And you can hella do it. Like, I started my studio with nothing. I mean, $400 and a broken computer. And so what I did was I had to do what she did, I had to basically just be really nice to all my clients. Anytime they had a problem or they were wrong, I correct it. I mean, I was going for the word of mouth more than I was going for a profit. And it took about 3 years for me to even see like a realistic profit where I could quit my job. So I just prefer that way of just how you did it, staying at home, gathering all your clientele up, having enough to be like, yeah, I need a place. And then when you get that place, I know it doubled. I know it was just like, oh my God, I really believe in the dream now. Right. Thanks, Josie. Hope to have on you again when your business grows. We'll see some developments out of it, bring you back on. You know what I'm saying? You can find her on Instagram, Josie the Beautician. Mm-hmm. Is there any underscores?
Nope.
Okay. Josie the Beautician. You'll see me comment on the first post. Out there. Okay, you out there in your little Hollywood. Halloween. Go at her. You can find her on my followers list too. Thanks for coming by the show. Appreciate you. Nephew seems stoked about it. You'll see the IG clips on TV. We're out. Treetop Podcast. Content is gold. Love y'all.